Welcome to the F90 studio, the garage. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Lucid Motors, which is a company I've been really excited about for the past couple of years. And they finally opened up one of their studios here in the tri-state area in Meatpacking District of New York City. So I actually went and got a chance to check it out and look around and see what the car looks like and everything that they have on offer. So just a little bit about Lucid. Peter Rawlings is the CEO, and he actually worked at Tesla. He moved over and started Lucid. And Lucid kind of came on radar first off before even they started thinking about the cars was they are actually a battery supplier for Formula E. So Formula E, which is just an electric racing series, used to use batteries which they had to switch out, I believe maybe twice during the race, once or twice during the race. They could never complete a full race without a battery change. Along came Lucid, and with their battery technology, they were able to complete an entire race just on one battery. And now all the contenders, or all the cars, run the same type of battery in Formula E thanks to Lucid. And then it further came on my radar when they started announcing that they were actually going to release a car. It was going to be a more premium product with an upgraded interior, or should I say a more luxury interior, kind of what I was looking for. It had the electrification to it, and it also had the acceleration and the speed, which is something that I was looking forward to. So now moving on to the studio, located, like I said, in Meatpacking, New York City. So this is what it looks like on the outside. So a really nice, simple design on the outside, really not too much to it. It looks really simple, but sleek in any case. So walking in, they do have this station here, which I recorded. It shows you the 4 cars that are going to, well, at least for right now, that they've released, which is the Air Dream Edition, the Air Grand Touring, the Air Touring, and the Air Pure. Well, the Air Dream Edition is going to have all-wheel drive. It's going to be a dual motor, and it's releasing later this year to reservation holders, hopefully, anyway. It has, at least recently, now they switched it. It used to have 1,080 horsepower, but now you have a choice, kind of like with Tesla. You have the performance and the range. The performance will be 1,111 horsepower. With 500 miles of range, and the range one will give you 933 horsepower with over 500 miles of range. I'm not exactly sure the specifics, but that's really what it is. As you can see here on the screen, that's actually wrong, so this still needs to be updated on their side, but since it was just built, I guess they didn't get the update out in any case. Then you have the Air Grand Touring, which is all-wheel drive and 800 horsepower, also a dual motor with 400 miles of range. And the Air Touring, which is all-wheel drive, a dual motor with 620 horsepower and 400 miles of range. And then there's the Air Pure, which has a single motor and it's rear-wheel drive with an optional all-wheel drive, which I think is a smart move, as this is their lowest offering. So giving the customers an option to get all-wheel drive is always a good thing. 400 miles of range and 400 horsepower. So the next section that they had there was actually the interior sort of colors and themes that they're going for, which is really cool just to see different materials that they're used to. So here, for example, the Santa Monica one, they have different leathers, different colors. There on the right side, you see there is more of like that Alcantara and like fiber sort of feeling material. And then the carpet there on the bottom right is what that is. So I actually asked them why they wanted to go with two-tone, because this is something I realized that it was kind of unique. I didn't really understand why they're going two-tone. So what they explained to me is all these colors you'll see, even though they have different varying color ranges or themes, the front's gonna have a darker color. It's gonna be either black, gray, or somewhere in between. The reason for this is the front then gives you a bit more sporty feel. The driver's focusing on driving, and then the passenger, if you have one, is on the right. Those are the people who are going to be in the car the most often, or just the driver. So that's also going to help with cleanliness. You don't want as nice as it looks, let's say a white interior or a light interior, because then you might scratch or those dirt or anything might show up on those seats, whereas a black seat will not. And then in the rear, since if this is a car that someone gets and they're going to get driven around in a Lucid, it's lighter material, and you can go and relax in there. It's a bit more, I guess that's what they were saying they were going for, is they want lighter materials, a lighter color palette, just so the rear passengers, the main thing they're doing in the car is relaxing anyway. They don't have any function to do, so they're just relaxing in the back of the car. So having those light materials kind of aids in that relaxation. So the first one, as I mentioned before, we have here is Santa Monica. So you could see the Napa full grain leather here, white, so that's gonna be the one in the back. We have the eucalyptus there. We have wool blend textile, which is on the doors, and this is Santa Monica, as you can see there. So actually, just to kind of go into what they did is, this is a California-based company, which I didn't mention before, but California-based. So they took artists and they went out to different parts of California at different times during the day, and that was their color palette. So if they went to a beach, or let's say, for example, here in Santa Monica, they went at a certain period in time, and they were able to see these shades of blacks and whites throughout. And then once we get down to more where they went towards the desert, you guys will see that later on, you can see different sort of shades of the brown and red, and something you would see at a sunset or at a desert. So that's where they drew their inspiration from. The next one is Santa Cruz. And you can see there's 1209, so I guess that was the time when they were there. You can see the carpet there. Darker black, maybe a more lighter white. They have this one, which is really nice. You have that brown in the back, the black wood, really dark in the front. And this is Tahoe at 1901. And we have Mojave here, which is just grays in the back, but it's a lighter gray, just a touch in the front. The front is still darker. This is at 2359, so right when it gets really, really dark, right when it's actually dark, should I say. And this last one here, which is just gray and black, not too much of a difference, but this is Mojave Pure Luxe, which I think is just a special edition or theme just for the reservation holders for the Air Dream Edition. So the next section that we have here that we're going to is actually the exterior colors that they released for the car. So the first one I have here is Quantum Gray, kind of a shiny gray, Cosmos Silver, a much lighter silver, Zenith Red, which looks really nice, Infinite Black, Stellar White, and Eureka Gold, which Eureka Gold is just going to be an exclusive color for those Air Dream Edition reservation holders. Now, I don't know if you can really tell on the video, it's kind of hard to see, but it actually is pearlescent paint. It looks really nice on those models that they created. And I actually asked about them, they said yes, they mixed in the pearls within the paint, so it's going to give it a nice little shimmer when it's actually on the car. So this picture, this is something I just kind of put together. I really like the gray, the darker gray. So I have that here, and then I have the Tahoe, which I like, the brown interior in the back. So this is something maybe I would have picked. I think it's a really nice color combination. They're saying a lot of people actually picked that interior color, but with the Zenith Red, I don't really see that, to be honest, but it seems to be the most popular choice. Here we have the home connected charging station for Lucid. So I just took a little bit of video for the charging cable, and there you go, you could take a look there. But anyway, in regards to charging, so they were saying you're gonna get 300 miles in 20 minutes with a DC fast charger. They're also gonna have something called a Wonder Box, kind of similar to Tesla's Powerwall, where you're able to store the energy from the house or from the car there, and then use it later on. I think Tesla's doing this as well now, but Lucid has the bi-directional charging. So let's say your house is powered, you need to power your car. Well, that's how you normally would charge the car. But let's say you didn't have a generator and your power went out in your house, you're able to use your Lucid car in order to power your house for maybe a day or two. I have no idea what that would be, but at least for a little bit. So that bi-directional charging is actually a really cool idea. They're also going to give you 3 years of Electrify America with these Lucid cars at the 350 kilowatt charging stations. Now, this is not too much here, but this is just the chassis. You guys can see without the entire body on it, and you can see these little squares here. So they cut in kind of where you can see the batteries, and the battery is really the core of, I would say, Lucid, which kind of sets them apart. These are 113 kilowatt hour batteries, and so you can see them here all laid down on the bottom. And if you notice these two black objects here in the front, they're actually heating and cooling fans. There's 2 of them. They're explaining that most cars only have 1, but by having the second one, the first one can power the front of the car, the second one can power the back. So they're going for that relaxation for the passengers in the back, having quick and also really efficient and on-demand climate, either heating or cooling. They also had a section for VR, although I'm not sure what happened to that footage, to be completely honest. The other thing is it wasn't even working, so it would have been a 5-second clip anyway. It's basically the interior of the car with some stuff cut out, but just the basic kind of mold in there. You sit in the seat, you can move it and everything. You put the headset on, so once you customize your car, the exterior, interior, you're able to sit inside the car you customize. This is the first time I got to see the car, and I'm gonna save the car for a later video, but it's actually a good size. I thought it'd be larger than it is. I know it's based on the S-Class, but it's probably more of an E-Class size. I'm talking about Mercedes. It's definitely wide. It has a lot of storage space. I think more and ample than you need anyway. I think most electric cars have that, but it's a lot. One thing that draws me to the Lucid car is how attractive it looks as a car. Some companies nowadays, take for example the Tesla Model S and the Tesla Model 3. The Model S looks really attractive. It's wide, it actually looks like a car, whereas the Model 3 kind of looks like a bubble. And I know it's made for efficiency, and I get that that's more function over form, but I do like the attractive looks of the Model S more. It's the same thing as the Mercedes EQS that was recently released, or revealed, should I say. I know it's made for efficiency, but it's just not that attractive looking of a car, in my opinion. So the reason I'm holding kind of the car videos is I was able to get a really good look around on the outside of the Lucid car, but I wasn't able to go on the inside. On the weekends, you need a reservation, whereas on the weekday, you don't need a reservation to look at the inside. This is due to the volume of people moving in and out. So this way I'm able to get my exterior and interior reviews that I normally do on the channel with the Lucid car. And I know it's a prototype, it's not finished completely, but at least you guys get a feel for what they look like. And there actually is a lot of hidden stuff in this car that I didn't know up until I actually got up and close and personal with the car. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.